Bourne. Jason Bourne. Jason Bourne, directed by Paul Greengrass, and takes place 10 years after Jason Bourne left the agency that tried to turn him into a super weapon, and now this girl from the agency is trying to recruit him back, as Jason Bourne must now come back into his old, and gets involved in this deadly terrorist plotline. Now, Jason Bourne, I was looking forward to it. I had high hopes that the Jason Bourne franchise could be restored to its former glories. I loved the original Jason Bourne trilogy. The Bourne Identity, the Bourne Supremacy, and the Bourne Ultimatum, all three great movies, and each one got better than the last. However, the Bourne Legacy was mediocre in every sense of the words. However, when it announced that Matt Damon would be reprising his role as Jason Bourne, and I was so excited. I'm like, finally, the Bourne franchise is gonna come back in the best way ever, and if this is the last of the Bourne films, this could end the franchise out with a bang. And how is it? It's decent, I guess. It's okay. Let me start out by saying Matt Damon as Jason Bourne, just awesome, just perfect. It is so glad to see him again. I mean, he has always been a fantastic actor, and he has truly come back into Jason Bourne brilliantly. He has lost none of his mojo, and this movie would not have been as good without him. And the action in this movie is great too, so exciting and engaging and thrilling, and so well shot. This is a great standalone action movie that reminds you of the days of the original three Bourne movies, and the lead female, the girl who was sent by Jason Bourne's old agency to try and recruit him, she was good. She was a decent female leader. And her and Jason Bourne, they had a good relationship. They bonded and had a good friendship together. And the music by John Powell was decent, though it borrowed heavily from the score from the original three, which was a little underwhelming. The score did lack its own identity, but hey-ho. But guys, I did say it was decent. Sadly, this movie didn't live up to its full potential, and it's not a great film, because the story is so underwhelming and boring and cliche in every sense of the words. I mean, there's really not much to it. You can predict what's going to happen. No twists, no turns. By the end of the film, I was like, oh, what was there to spoil? I've pretty much seen this story before. I wish this movie was more like Spectre, which actually had an original compelling story despite being the fourth film of the Daniel Craig Bond movies. It actually continued the story in the best way possible, and we actually learned more about Bond and his past, and it actually had a great villain that was related to Bond, but this has none of that, sadly. The screenwriting was pretty lazy. It had potential to be a great story, and the villain was so forgettable and underwhelming. He was just a terrorist, and that's all there was to him. So Jason Bourne, in the end, is just... it's a decent film, it's a solid action film, and Matt Damon is nothing short of legitimately awesome, but it is, I'm afraid, one of the most disappointing movies of the summer. It could have been better. It could have been the best in the Bourne franchise, and should have been. Well, I can gladly say at least it's better than Bourne Legacy. I give Jason Bourne 3 stars out of 5. If you ask me which I like better, James Bond or Jason Bourne, I would have to say James Bond, but what do you know, I'm British, of course I'm a die-hard Bond fan. So Jason Bourne, have you guys seen it, and what did you think of it? Thank you all for watching, and please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on my Google+, and I'll see you all next time.